Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the rescheduled regular council meeting of the City of Gulf Shores, April the 29th. I'll call the meeting to order and ask Councilman Steve Jones to lead us with the invocation.
Thank you, Mayor. Would y'all join me in thanks, please? Father God, as we gather for this meeting, unite our hearts and minds in common purpose. Please grant us the wisdom to work together effectively and humility to value each other's perspective along with the information we receive from those that have shared and will share with us. Guide our discussions and decisions that they may honor you and serve what is best for all. We remain grateful for this place where we live, work, and play, and enjoy by your grace. The list of things we are grateful for is long. Please know these things are not taken for granted, and we work to protect and preserve your creation. In your Son's name, we thank you and we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Steve. Toby, will you call roll, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Garris.
Here.
Mr. Sinek.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Dr. Dyken.
Here.
Mr. Jones.
Here.
Mayor Kraft.
Here. First item on the agenda tonight is the approval of minutes. We have two sessions to consider tonight, the first of which is the regular council meeting of April the 14th.
Motion to approve April 14th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve these minutes as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. The second set is the council work session meeting minutes from April the 21st.
Move for the approval of April 21st, 25 council work session.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve those minutes as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved also. The next item is the approval of expense vouchers in the amount of $12,389,260.70. Anna?
Yes, sir. Of that total, 11.5 million was for our capital projects. Of that, 10.2 was for the school, about $1 million for Highway 59 widening project, as well as the Ped Bridge. The operating expenses that were a little bit unusual were for an unfortunate insurance claim on a leak remediation, as well as the airport terminal loan in the amount of $120,000. When you back out all those expenses, our biweekly operations came down to just over $465,000. And I know that we've had a lot of really rather high capital project expenditures lately. Just want to kind of remind everyone and the public as well, we do often, those are grant-funded projects, at times 100% reimbursable, so we will utilize our lines of credit to borrow, kind of float the expenses in the projects until we're reimbursed by various agencies, and then we'll pay those lines of credit down to continue utilizing them. So I know some of the numbers are staggering, but there's a plan, so.
And thank you. It's a good plan. Thank you for explaining that. Council, any questions or comments?
Move for the approval of expense vouchers as stated.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve these vouchers as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those vouchers are approved as presented. Next item on the agenda, we have three presentations tonight, the first of which is the symbol representative, who is here to do the, yes, sir, please come forward. Introduce yourself and.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilman, for having me. Councilman Garris, Harris, Snock, Dyken, Dr. Dyken, of course, and Councilman Jones. Thank you for having me, Mayor. This is normally a presentation. This is a representation that we do once a year through HR and through city administration. Usually takes about an hour, hour and a half, but I'm going to narrow it down to about 3.5 minutes, best I can.
We'll give you 3.5. You can't have an hour and a half.
I'm going to tell you what.
That's pretty simple.
When the second thing is, you never know when you come to a City of Gulf Shores meeting whether to wear a jacket or not. I'll know better next time because it's really hot. But anyways, thank you for having me. So what I wanted to do is take 3.5 minutes to give you an overview of some of the outcomes and some of the metrics regarding your clinic, and what, in my opinion, has been just an overwhelming success. Throughout the year at the clinic, we had a total of, let me pull this out because I didn't bring my glasses, make sure I can
Well,
see
Why
it.
you've hesitated?
There
I'm
we go.
not sure everybody here in the audience knows what the Symbol Clinic does for the city.
Okay, let's
So
talk.
give us a brief overview and then you can get into your,
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so Simple Health is a company that provides on-site primary care and preventive services to employers who have self-funded health plans, such as the city. It's open to members of the health plan. And it's a clinic where they can come, same-day appointments, very little if ever wait, see the medical provider, get diagnosed, walk over to the other side of the building, pick up their prescription, and be in and out of the building in 30 minutes. All that, the circumvent billing through Blue Cross. Blue Cross is out, and Walgreens is out, and we bill back to the city's health plan directly, plan. So the other thing, we have wellness initiatives, another thing to, over a period of time, drive down costs of healthcare, through intervention, but not just for acute care, but that's a nice example, great thing to have, say, not have to wait like 3-4 days to be able to get in, see the doctor, and get out and get seen. But also the chronic conditions, a lot of management, diabetes, and hypertension, and hyperlipidemia, and chronic conditions, athletic, and hot and southeast. Addressing those wellness programs as well, and so the city employees and their families also have the opportunity to visit all the other clinics that the city council shared with City Fairhouse, Baldwin County, the city probably really convenience. It's an excellent. It's also very important. We've been here since 2013, 14. So, got a little history on our belt, and so what I was going to do is present a little bit of what we've done in 2024, and also compare it to what we did with the same group of people since we've been here. So last year, we had 100% of the employees have had some sort of engagement with the clinic. Every single employee used it. 73% of the spouses used it, and about 44% of the dependents used the clinic that you can see there. So we see just about anything that you would see in the primary care office. We leaned a little bit more towards preventive appointments, those for the chronic conditions, as well as acute, episodic, and urgent care appointments as well. We also health appointments, which includes things such as pre-employment physicals, drug testing, et cetera. Someone's talking to me. The only thing we bill the city for in terms of visits are the provider visits. And so you'll see complimentary visits. Those include people that come in for a blood pressure check, just for an injection, to draw a lab, those sort of things we don't charge for. Pick up meds, get med refills, to come in to get a weigh-in. So we do a lot of that. You'll see a lot of in-person health coaching sessions. That's at 403 number, if you see that down there. The next couple of pages, this one, these are the kinds of diagnoses and laboratory tests that we see. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because it would take up too much time. In your dispensary, so this is not a pharmacy. This is a medical provider saying, okay, you're sick, you need amoxicillin, here's a bottle. So we're dispensing medications there. We have about 150 medications in your dispensary. We can get anything, pretty much any drug that you want. But we done almost 4,000 dispenses last year. 97.5% of it was generic. That's a big thing. Average day supply 53. What that means is that people are getting a lot of 90-day supply drugs. And then here's real quickly some of the drugs that we dispense. You can read through this at your leisure. Here's something I think we can all collectively be really proud of. And over the years, there's been committees that have been formed with various department heads in the city, with a lot of active engagement in the wellness program. So, through the years, well, this is for this past year, 77% of the people who went through the wellness program either maintained or improved. That, on the one hand, that's not 100%, or how many people really improved. I mean, if you can keep somebody not to get any worse, that's a huge win. You'll see in that left-hand column there, you'll see the various indices that we look at: total cholesterol, triglycerides, and that sort of thing as risk factors. The next page is the financial report. It just compares last year's spend over this year's spend. You had roughly the same number of monthly employees, somewhere around 300, 301, 2, 3. You spent about the same as what you spent last year. That's good. That's really good. If you can spend this year what you spent last year, in any case, is good. Actually, the total spend per employee per month, you'll see way down at the bottom, it actually went down from $117.14 per employee per month, all in with the clinic, and went down to $111 this year. The next page, on the slide presentation, that cumulative number that you see in your handout is not there. So what we do is we compare each year. We come back and report to you what we call diversion savings. Diversion savings is, the average cost all in of a primary care visit in the state of Alabama, allowable cost is $175. That same visit in your clinic costs $89. So multiply that by the number of primary care visits that you had, and you saved just on diversion, you saved $141,000 last year. Cumulative savings for diversion savings in the past 11 years has been $1.8 million. And that's just diversion. This is the slide that we're most proud of, and this is really where boots meet the pavement. So we look at the cost of, in this case, the first page is a diabetic patient. So the cost of a diabetic patient who's actively engaged in the clinic and or the wellness program, okay, there were 27 members. And the average cost was $1,500 a year. Sorry, that may be a month. That's a month, I'm sorry. The average cost for a person non-engaged, and so engaged means anything you spent on the clinic, total in the clinic, and everything that you spent through Blue Cross, okay? Those are the engaged ones. The ones who are not engaged are people who just never come to the clinic, okay? There are 7 members that we tracked. The cost was twice. That makes sense, okay? So really, so that could end up, that is really a savings of, that's a huge number. And this is it. Now, I would say that the diversion savings, we don't want to double dip. The diversion savings are in that $487,000 number. So what you're saving by having people use the clinic with diabetes, the cost is just lower. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. If you look at the next page, hypertension, you have the same phenomena, $870 versus $1,600. The diagnosis of obesity, not quite as dramatic, but still, we're getting there. So if you take all those together, including the diversion savings, instead of $149,000 in diversion savings, we feel like the real savings has probably been close to $500,000 total impact to the plan, as well as people, 70% of those people staying the same or improving. last page is our Net Promoter Score. How likely are you to refer us to another person? A 93, and we gave some references for you. So Costco, they've got a 52, Amazon's got a 49, eBay's got a -6. Your client, and this comes from, so we also, John and Tanya also sent out an employee questionnaire. Actually, I think at the beginning of Tanya's tenure, or both their tenures, it's one of the first things they did. And so we are responding, we've got a list of a to-do list. And so we are responding to the employees based on the results of those findings, those survey results. It's about as quick as I can do it, Mayor.
That was quick enough. So, thank you. Any comments from the council? Any comments or questions? Hear her again? Well, it is real an advantage for us when we're hiring and retaining employees, and it costs a lot of money and a lot of effort to train someone up. To keeping them here and happy and healthy is really important to us, and it's really important to our employees and their families. So it's benefit to all of us that work here, and we thank you for your introduction or production.
Thank you.
Presentation. I'll get it in a minute. Next,
Thank you.
presentation, Chief Seeley.
Good afternoon. I want to present our, come on up here next to me, brother. I don't like you standing behind. I want to introduce our firefighter of the quarter for the first quarter of this year, Garrett White. 3 years ago, we hired Garrett away from Orange Beach. He was a supervisor down there on the beach, and he came highly recommended, and they didn't disappoint. He's been a phenomenal employee. I can't speak highly enough about him. He's checked all the boxes so far. I mean, he's checking boxes every day. He's gone to paramedic school. He still's got a USLA, smoke diver. He's done countless 40-hour classes through the fire college. And the most important thing, I mean, like his Lieutenant Alex says, I mean, there's nothing the guy can't do at 3 years. We're just really proud of him. And he's delivered a baby. I don't know if many Gulf Shores firefighters have delivered babies, but he delivered one. So, and within 3 years, what was that, 2 years ago?
Beginning of last year.
Beginning of last year. So anyway, but the thing about Garrett is I always say somebody that's humble, hungry, and street smart, knows how to treat people, they're going to be successful in whatever they do. And that's Garrett. I mean, he is that guy. He's going to be successful whatever he does. I'm just glad he chose us. His dad, David, is Chief Deputy of Baldwin County Sheriff's Department, so he knows what success looks like, and we're just happy to have him. His lieutenant, one of the things he said about him in his write-up is he's a National Registered Paramedic, certified USLA lifeguard, as well as an Alabama smoke diver. He's always willing to, and eager to pass on what he's learned to those around him and puts the needs of the department ahead of his own. He's proven to be a good leader by showing humility, having compassion and concern for others, and leading by example. So, thank you, and join me in congratulating Garrett for being our firefighter.
Good job.
I broke the podium, man, sorry.
Whatever you want to do, Chief.
Next presentation, ETC Top Communities. Lindsay, you got a presentation for us? And I'm assuming we're on this list, or you wouldn't be showing it, right? I'm assuming we're on the list.
Yeah, we are. We're high on the list. Set my crystal here. So as most of you all are aware, we conducted our second biennial resident satisfaction survey at the end of 2024. And we received those results at the beginning of this year. And we just received word that we have won another Leading the Way award. We also won this award in 2022 with our first biennial survey. So what that means is Gulf Shores is one of the communities that participates in the Direction Finder survey that placed in the top 10% of all resident satisfaction ratings. So you can gain a total of 300 points. Gulf Shores got 241 out of those areas, and we beat the national average of 121 points. So it landed us in the top 10%. So if you think about that, we didn't just like beat it, we doubled it. So it was a really great performance. Our performance exceeded our national averages by more than 20% in 37 areas across all city services. Some standout performance areas where our residents rated us dramatically higher than the national average was customer service, which was 41.8% above average. Our police protection services, for which were 41.5% above average. City services overall, which is everything that we do outside of police and fire, were 38.7% above average. And what our residents feel as far as the value they're getting out of their tax dollars, we ranked 38.7% above average. One of the most telling results we got was our residents rated Gulf Shores 42.9% above national average as a good place to live. So it's very exciting. And just to give some context, this is not a small survey. It's administered in over 450 plus communities across the United States. The survey's been in business since 1999, and 2.3 million residents have participated nationwide. They don't happen by luck, these awards. It's a true testament by our city staff's efforts, our council's directions and efforts, and also our residents make this community a great place to live. So congratulations to everyone here, residents, staff, everyone, for making this a wonderful community. And if you want to geek out and dig into the survey results, they are on our website. You can go to www.gulfshoresal.gov/resident satisfaction survey. We'll be sending out a press release about this award today, and there'll be links to look at the results there as well. So congrats to Gulf Shores.
Thank you. And that's important because of what we're doing right, but it's more important whenever we see something that isn't right. And we're able to understand your feedback collectively without you having to come in, stand up in front of a meeting and tell us what you don't like. We're able to understand what the community thinks about things that need improvement. And that's vital in our program of work and the things that we understand and can work on. So if you don't participate, please do. And if you're not honest, you're not going to get results. So that's something that we appreciate you being involved in, and it has a purpose and it has a benefit for all of us. So thank you, those that participate. Next item on the agenda, we have a resolution. Yep, that's it. Resolution 6974. Toby?
Yes, sir. There are, excuse me, no changes from last week. Linda Bender is being reappointed to the Beautification Board to serve a full term of 3 years, ending on April 9th, 2028. Elizabeth Moore is being appointed to the Beautification Board to fill the unexpired term of John Eastlick, ending on September 1st, 2026. Ms. Moore is here in the audience. She's new to the area, and if anybody would like to meet her after the meeting, you are welcome to. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Toby. Any questions for Toby on resolution 6974?
Motion to adopt resolution 6974.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve that resolution as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That resolution passes.
Thank you.
Next, Anna, you've got resolution 6975.
Yes, sir, there are no changes from last week. This is just the request to execute a contract with Vital Exam for the employees' voluntary physicals, not to exceed $615 per person. And I did confirm with HR, dependents are allowed to participate at the $615 out-of-pocket expense, and it is flexible spending eligible. Happy to answer any questions should you have them.
Thank you. Any questions on 6975?
Move for the adoption of resolution 6975 and waive its reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6975 is approved. Anna, you also have 6976.
Yes, sir. There are also no changes with this request. This is a request to purchase 15 biometric time clocks from NeoGov as part of our HRIS implementation. The cost will not exceed $52,485. And again, the only reason we're bringing this to you is because NeoGov did require a signed contract, which exceeded our $20,000 threshold. So again, happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Anna, thank you. That's Resolution 6976.
Motion to adopt resolution 6976.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6976 is approved. Next item is Resolution 6977. Marco?
We have a resolution to authorize a contract with C-Spire for network security implementation services. There are no changes from last week. Staff recommends approval. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Marco. Council, 6977.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6977 and waive its reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as submitted. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6977 is approved. Marco, you got one more?
Thank you. We have a resolution to authorize an agreement with C-Spire for network and security monitoring services. Again, no changes from last week. Staff recommends approval. I will be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Marco. It's Resolution 6978.
Move for the approval of Resolution 6978 as presented.
Second.
Motion and second to adopt this resolution. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6978 is approved. Thank you, Marco. Well, you got another one, 6979. Didn't mean to sit you down.
Yes, sir. We got a resolution to authorize an agreement with C-Spire for a network resilience service. Again, no changes from last week. Staff recommends approval. I will be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Marco. Any questions on Resolution 6979?
Move for the adoption of resolution 6979 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6979 is approved. Thank you, Marco. Resolution 6980, Clint.
Yes, no changes from last week. This is a proposal from Civil Southeast to perform CE&I for the East First Street TAP grant project, an amount not to exceed $119,400, and it is 80% grant reimbursable. I'd be glad to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you, Clint. Any questions, council, on Resolution 6980?
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6980 and waive its reading.
Second.
Motion and second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6970 is approved. Clint, 6981?
Yes, this one is also no change from last week. This is an amendment to the Goodwin Mills and Kaywood contract for professional services for the Laguna Cove project, and an amount not to exceed $79,200. And this one is 100% grant reimbursable, and I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Grant. That's Resolution 6981, Clint.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 6981 as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Clint. Grant, you've got Resolution 6982.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is a resolution to accept the bid of Game Day Athletics in an amount not to exceed $900,000. You'll recall, there are no changes to last Monday, but you'll recall back last year, we passed a budget amount of $1.4 million in order to convert the football field from grass to artificial turf. And we are going to purchase the turf through a Sourcewell contract, but we bid out the actual installation and the site work. And Game Day is the low bidder. It saved us almost $200,000 from the original bid. With that, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Grant. That's resolution 6982.
Move for the approval of Resolution 6982 as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 6982 is approved. And
Thank you. And they will begin work next week, right after track championship.
Any question on getting everything done by when you need it?
No.
So long. That's a great answer. Blake? Resolution 6983. Are you here?
I'm gonna do it,
Okay.
unless you want to, Blake.
No.
Okay. This is a walk-on from last week. We are reappointing Kelly Walker to the Gulf Shores City of Gulf Shores Board of Education. Applications were received and interviews were held, and Ms. Walker was chosen to be reappointed. She'll be serving a full term of 5 years, ending on May 31st, 2030. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Toby. Council, resolution 6983.
Motion to adopt resolution 6983.
Second.
Motion second, but we have a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 6983 is approved. And Kelly, thank you for what you've done and what you're gonna do.
Second that.
That concludes our discussion. Are there any committee reports? Staff reports? Yes, sir, Grant.
So I just wanted to kind of bring everybody's attention to a couple of big events that are happening as we speak. At the beach, we are hosting this week the NCAA National Beach Volleyball Championship. No surprise. However, they will be arriving Wednesday. The practice is on Thursday at Gulf Place, and they'll be competing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The event will be broadcast. Every match will be broadcast on ESPN2 all day Friday, all day Saturday live. And then on Sunday, the final championship match at 9:30 a.m. will be also broadcast on ESPN. While that's happening at the beach, the High School Athletic Association, we are hosting the state large school track and field championship. They compete on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. That'll be over 4,000 people at our sports complex down County Road 6. We have done what we can do for mitigating traffic. We've got a great plan with the police department and our traffic light systems to try to keep everything flowing as best we can. But this is the time where it might not be a bad idea for people to try to avoid that County Road 6 and 59 intersection. If they want to go the back way, it might be a little bit less congested for them. But again, that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. And then right on the heels after the track and field championship on Monday, the regional softball championship will begin at the sports complex. That's 56 high school softball teams competing Monday through Thursday for the southeast region of the state of Alabama, then to qualify to go to state, which will be held in Montgomery. So a lot of things going on the next couple weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grant. It's one of our busier weekends for sports and events of the year.
Yes, sir.
But it's a good group that's here, so. Anyone else with any news? Dr. Aiken? I can always count on you for something.
Well, congratulations to Ms. Walker. As y'all all know, our board does a wonderful job, and proud to have her back on the board. We're talking about, Grant was talking about track. Our boys just won the 6A sectional track meet for the first time ever. So we're proud of them. They'll be participating in the state tournament. Boys golf just came in second sectionals yesterday. Girls golf came in fourth. So it's been a big week for athletics. Also, we have Earth Day celebration coming up at the elementary and middle school field on Friday. So come join us. And we had one of our great presentations that we do each year. And so today was where we recognize our students that made 30 or higher on the ACT. So if y'all made 30 or higher. So I'll just give you some context. 5 years ago, or in 2020, we had 11 kids scored 30 or higher. Today, we recognize 26. So things are going well. Cindy Veazey and her crew are doing a great job. So really proud of those kids. So thank you.
Did anybody raise their hand if they made over 30? I didn't. I think I saw a single hand. I certainly didn't see any up here, so congratulations to the students and to the teachers that helped make that happen, to the parents. The parents play a huge role in that, and expectations and monitoring and just being all around good parents makes for a lot better kids. So we thank the parents, we thank the kids, and we thank our school system. This is the time in the agenda when if anyone is here that'd like to have a conversation with the council, the microphone is yours. Anything, anybody? Well, we've got an event right now that, Wanda Pierce, will you walk up here just for a minute, please? For those of you who like the Gulf Shores you live in, Wanda is one of the ones that really worked here for a long period of time to create that. And those of us that have worked with her understand how great it was to have her and how great it was for have her to prepare this young lady to succeed her as city clerk. But so today, and Wanda had one particular thing of special interest. Every time anyone would go anywhere and bring back a little gift, she wanted a turtle. And I bought, when my daughter was in Hawaii, every time I went, I'd bring back a handful of turtles or a turtle t-shirt or something. So it's only appropriate that we've got a turtle unveiling right now. When we leave here, we'll go right out front and unveil a turtle that's out there in your name, Wanda Pierce. You get another turtle. And it's not a little one.
Thank you. I sure do appreciate it. I don't deserve it, but I appreciate it.
Oh, you deserve it.
Yes, you do deserve it.
Anything on your mind?
Let's go get my turtle.
Let's get that. We're adjourned. We'll meet you outside around the turtle. And it's just out beyond under the